Hi guys, it's ASBYT and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today on the table we have the Samsung Note 9 and the OnePlus 6. Now this is a comparison that I've been asked to do so many times as soon as the Samsung Note 9 was launched, because we have the true 2018 $1,000, £900 flagship, and we have the People's Champion, the flagship killer. But today I'm going to be comparing both of these two devices and I'm not going to be holding back any punches. Very early days with the Samsung Note 9, but most of what I'm going to say you can kind of tell pretty much straight away. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Right, so welcome back to a brand new video. Like I said, Samsung Note 9, OnePlus 6. I will be doing more in-depth comparisons to do with the camera, for example, coming very soon. So if you want to see that sort of content, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You turn on the notification bell so that when I post those videos, you are notified. I'm going to be marking this, so every time one of the two phones wins a specific round, they will be getting 1 point. If I think it's a tie, they'll both get a point. And we'll see at the end who's the winner. So without further ado, let's jump straight to the number one, the round one, the first round. Go. Let's start with the display. Now on the Samsung Note 9 we have the Quad HD display. On the OnePlus 6 we have a Full HD display. The Note 9 is defaulted to 1080p, so you do have to change that in your settings under display, and you go down and you have to change it to Quad HD there, otherwise it will default in Full HD+. But in terms of looking at both of them side by side, although I don't think there's much in it, because the OnePlus 6 1080p screen is one of the best 1080p screens on the market, and the difference between Quad HD and 1080p on a smartphone is actually fairly hard to depict. When you see them side by side, you can notice the subtle difference. It's a slightly sharper and more vibrant display. Not by much, but it does have to get the mark for me, so it is 1-0 to the Samsung Note 9. This next round is going to be basically looking at the all-round form factor, and I'm personally a big fan of the Infinity display. It is personal preference. I just like how immersive it feels as it wraps over the edges, and the palm rejection seems to be pretty okay on the Note 9 so far. You can just tell side by side, something that I never really picked up on when I had the OnePlus 6 in my hand, is how wide the side bezels are when compared to an Infinity display. And that's it. It's not a bad form factor. The bezels just look massive on the sides compared to the Note 9. The actual bezels top and bottom though are actually smaller on the OnePlus 6, and that's largely down to the notch. Now I'm personally not a massive fan of the notch. On the flip side of that, because we don't have the notch on the Note 9, we do have the bezels top and bottom, as well as that larger screen. It does feel like a larger phone in the hand when you compare it to the OnePlus 6. I prefer the actual size of the OnePlus 6 to hold, and I also prefer the slightly more rounded back on the OnePlus 6 than the Note 9 personally. Again, people will be different, and I encourage you to let me know your thoughts below. And I think I'm going to have to score the form factor as a overall tie. So it's 1 point apiece. Next up, we're going to jump to operating systems, or OS. On the Samsung Note 9, we of course have TouchWiz or Grace UX, whereas of course on the OnePlus 6, we have Oxygen OS. So both of these phones have skins over the top, but I slightly prefer the OnePlus skin over the Samsung skin. And I also like gestures as well that have been baked into Oxygen OS. Whereas of course on the Samsung phone, you don't have gestures at this moment in time. Obviously when it gets Android Pie, it will probably be a part of it, but that's probably this time next year, isn't it? Knowing Samsung's track history. So you have your navigation buttons at the bottom here for your home, recent apps, and of course your back button as well. So in terms of OS, I'm going to score this on the side of the OnePlus 6. So we're all level. Right, now I'm going to jump to build quality. It's kind of similar to form factor, but it's more talking about how durable they feel and how premium they feel. In terms of durability, it's going to have to be level for me. They're both made of metal and glass. They both will crack with Gorilla Glass 5 if dropped on their corners or from a height, for example. They'll both be fairly resistant to scratches, but not impenetrable. And I would advise a skin or a case on both. Right, so next up isn't a core one, but is something that can be incredibly useful if done correctly. Face unlock and of course your fingerprint sensor. First of all, face unlock, the winner, hands down, is the OnePlus 6. That's literally how quick it was. I'll turn it back to you when it's opened. So we're ready to rock. It's night and day. Yes, the Samsung Note 9 will probably be more secure. It uses iris scanning as well, but it is far quicker. One more time. Amazing job OnePlus have done with that face unlock. Next up, we have the fingerprint sensor, and I know what's going to happen, but I'm going to do it live anyway. 3, 2, 1. Faster. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. So the speed of unlocking your device, point goes to the OnePlus 6. Now we jump down to camera, and I'm going to be doing a full video on the camera comparison. So I won't actually be reviewing any test shots on this video, but I am going to give a point for camera to one of these phones based on the fact that I have used the Samsung S9 camera before, and it's basically the same on the Note 9, and the Samsung S9 camera does just outperform the OnePlus 6 in my personal opinion. I would say it's a marginally better camera, so I'm going to give the point of the camera to the Note 9. Sound quality is next, and I am just going to do a quick sample test of 2 videos from my YouTube channel, and I want you to tell me which sound you prefer. So first of all, we're going to start with the OnePlus 6, and then we're going to go with the Note 9. So the microphone is up there, so you're not going to get the most accurate sound quality, but they're both on a level playing field because they're both here, and the microphone is up there for both tests. So let's go with the OnePlus 6, and I'm going to go to full volume. Huge, because we have a very high-end product. This is, of course, the Samsung Note 9. Now, this phone was launched on the 9th of August. So you get an idea with the OnePlus 6. Now I'm going to go to the Note 9. And there's so many high specs, it's very easy to get caught up in the emotion of it all and not actually take a step back and think objectively about the actual device. And that is what I'm going to do today. So as you can see, smartphone speakers aren't amazing, but the Note 9 is definitely slightly better than the OnePlus 6. The Samsung Note 9 has stereo speakers. It just feels a bit punchier, a bit richer, and not quite as tinny at those high volumes. The OnePlus 6 only has one speaker at the bottom, and it's not the best. It's not terrible, but it's certainly not the best. So in terms of sound quality, I'll have to go with the Note 9. Now, in terms of performance, it's a little bit early for me to give a full fair reflection because the Samsung Note 9 is so new for me, and I've not had a chance to see whether it does get worse over time, start lagging, etc. But the Snapdragon 845 in the OnePlus 6 and the Exynos 9810 in the Note 9 are incredible chipsets, both right at the top end. Of course, the Note 9, if you're from the States, for example, you will be using a Snapdragon 845 in yours anyway, so they're very, very close. The only minor difference is, of course, the OS and the fact that I have 8GB of RAM in this OnePlus 6 model, whereas there's only 6 in this model. You can get the Samsung Note 9 in an 8GB version, but the fact that Oxygen OS is so close to stock Android, whereas the Samsung skin is heavier, if I was pushed for a point, I would sway with the OnePlus 6, which I'm going to give for this video. This next round is additional extras. A standout feature for both that you don't really see on other smartphones. On the OnePlus 6, we of course have the alert slider. It means you can go from ring to vibrate to silent. And of course, on the Samsung Note 9, we have the S Pen. Now, personally, this is a very short decision. I love the alert slider on the OnePlus 6, and I do use it very regularly, but the S Pen can do so much more. Just having the ability to write down notes, to take photos with it, control your music, means it's a great extra feature that other phones don't have. It's tough because, like I said, I do love the alert slider on here, but I just feel the S Pen is that X factor. Right, so the next round is battery. Now, hopefully I will be doing a full battery drain test between the two of these in another video, but for right now, I'm going to give my overall first impressions after using the Samsung Note 9 for the last couple of days. And although the OnePlus 6 has held up pretty well in testing over the last 3 months, it is only 3,300 milliamp hours. Now, of course, on the Note 9, we have a massive bump up from last year's Note 8. We now have 4,000 mAh capacity in here. Now, although that specific spec doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have much better battery life, of course it depends on the chipset optimization, etc. But because these both run, or can both run, the Snapdragon 845 or the Exynos 9810, which are both pretty efficient at optimization, I have to go for this test in this video with the Note 9. Now, one of the only ways that the OnePlus 6 would have a chance of competing with the Note 9 is, of course, with the fact that the Note 9 has a larger screen and a Quad HD screen, which of course is going to drain the battery quicker. Having said that, size of the screen is only marginally bigger on the Note 9, and if you wanted to, you have the option to turn the screen from Quad HD to Full HD on the Note 9 in order to save a bit more battery. Right, so the next round on the OnePlus 6, we have water resistant, in quotes. There is no IP rating. It does appear to be quite good, having used it in the rain and in the shower room and had no problems. And there have been teardowns of the phone that would suggest that it will stand up pretty close to an IP rating. But the Note 9 has the IP68 rating, so again, we have to go with the OnePlus 9. OnePlus 9! I can't wait for the OnePlus 9. that's going to be some phone. I have to go with the Note 9. And the final one is, of course, price. And we know where this is going to go. It has to go with the OnePlus 6. The Note 9, the base model starts at £899 UK pounds, $1,000. OnePlus 6 starts at £469. So in terms of price, there is only one winner, and the scores would also suggest there is only one winner, and that is, of course, based on today's video, the Note 9. Two incredible smartphones, both right at the top end of the game. The Samsung Note 9 has a few more added features over the OnePlus 6. However, for £469, the OnePlus 6 is still one of the best phones you can possibly buy. Now, the big question whether the Samsung Note 9 is worth it and is value for the money will massively depend on the individual and what they see as value for them. But is the Note 9 twice as good as the OnePlus 6? Absolutely not. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about these individual rounds, whether you would score them differently. How have you scored it? Does the OnePlus 6 won it for you, or has the Note 9 won it for you, and why? I would love to hear your thoughts. It's great to have that debate. Like and share if you did enjoy this video and found it helpful. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to see more videos like these, more comparisons between the Note 9 and other smartphones. Smartphones in general, tech in general, I do pretty much daily content here on this channel. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Say ASBYT, peace out.